Welcome back, Kevin's Mobile Repair, in 2018 GMC Terrain. We are replacing a turbo boost hose. This is going to be for the inlet side. Sorry, for the outlet side, because it goes right to the turbo. We're doing this for code P1101, Intake Performance. GM has a TSB for replacing this seal right here. But because this specific hose right here is so full of oil, it's basically turned into jelly. So we are replacing that entire hose, and I will give you some instructions on how to do so. So first thing here, we have our intake hose. It goes from here to the actual intake manifold side over here. So we take it off here, and I didn't want to disturb these PCV hoses, so I just kind of moved this thing up and out of the way. Now this bottom hose goes on, follow the pry bar, goes right there. So it is held in place by a triangular shaped clip. So I believe it's faced this way when you're looking at it from the top. Getting the clip off is not so much of an issue. You can use a long pick and start it and wrap it off and take it out of the way. But this thing had been on here for so long, it has over 100,000 miles. The seal on it right here is, you can kind of see it distorted right there. So the seal kind of adheres itself to the metal. That's the fun part. So I had to use some pry bars, get in there and kind of wiggle it loose right in this area right here. I also use the same pry bar to shock the plastic. Since it is up here, see right here, I basically got it to split right here, and then that way I was able to remove it off easier. Otherwise it just was not coming off. And same thing happens for radiator hoses. They get really hot. They are extremely hard to take off. So I was replacing that one entire assembly, so it didn't matter what that one looked like after I got it off. But that is the top half. Also disconnected a couple of sensors, like this one right here, so that I could get everything in and out of the way much easier. Now I'm going to go to the bottom. And here's what the bottom looks like when it's assembled. It has that same type of C-clip on there, but it has this black piece right here. If you're lucky enough and you can get the old one to hook in these little latches right here, it'll open and stay, but not so much. So this piece will be on the bottom, but right here in the middle is the drain tube, drain cock for the radiator. So you can see one half, but you can't see the other half. So I just got some dikes, cut this plastic piece off so that I could get this C-clip piece out completely, and then able to walk off the tube. Because trying to get those things in there, it just wasn't happening. Newer ones with not as many miles on it, it'll probably just snap in place with no problem. But one that's been on there for so long, that was not going to happen. So underneath the car, you have some 7mm screws. Take off this panel right here on the bottom. I didn't take it off all the way, but I took it off enough in order to gain access to what was needed. And see, there it is right there. See all that oil? So I'm going to recommend to this customer that we get those oil leaks taken care of. Otherwise this boost hose for the new one's going to be doing the same problem. But yeah, the other half of the connector is on the, looking at it from this point, to the left of that drain cock. And yeah, there was really not any way of getting any specific tool up in there in order to get that triangle clip loose. So I just cut it off. See how it's missing. So I just cut it off, and then I was able to get in there with a pick and start to wrap it around, and then that way it just came off, and then taking it off was easy because it was full of oil. It just slipped right off. But going back in, it'll come up from the top, or you can pull it down from the bottom, whichever. But so that is that. And then do make sure you clean off your sealing surfaces, make sure there's no oil on there, and slap her back in and clear the codes, and away you go. Any questions or comments, so please let me know.